Kamala Harris was making the rounds on daytime talk shows. And folks, let's just say the contrast could not be more embarrassing.
This person and what we just saw in terms of a presentation at the United Nations, I talk about it. I talked about, remember in the debate?
Yeah.
They laughed at him the last time he was in front of the UN.
Yeah. Bitch, sit down, okay? That's what I'm gonna say. Bitch, sit down. Sit down. That's bitch. Sit down. Because she's not making sense. Number one, no, people are not laughing. We're laughing. Yeah, we're laughing with President Trump all the way to the voting booth, all the way to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. That's what we are doing. We are laughing. We are hysterical with laughter. We cannot just, we can't even contain ourselves. Number one.
Yeah, this time
you watched, did you remember just about, I don't know, several weeks ago, that meeting with Xi and Kim Jong-un and Putin? Yeah. You think they're not laughing?
Oh, they are.
As they create a new axis of partnership, what's happening? You bring people into the Oval Office. I have spent a lot of time in the Oval Office. I have spent time in the Oval Office with the president, receiving our allies and our friends from around the world.
You were in the White House. You were in the Oval Office. But what did you do? Nothing. You probably walked around on the carpet because it felt so soft and lush. Maybe that's what you did, because you didn't do a damn thing for the benefit of America and Americans. That's why you're not there.
And consistently, we have seen Donald Trump bring people into the Oval Office, be they a United States governor or the head of a state of a friendly nation, and embarrass them and ridicule and demean them. That is not what a president does. This individual who occupies our White House right now,
the people's house,
has decided that he will be an emperor in his mind.
Oh my gosh. In his mind. This woman is annoying. She's so stupid that she's annoying. It's not even funny anymore. First, when she was running for campaign, she's a candidate. It was funny. She was a joke. Now she's just getting annoying.
She really thinks she's saying something deep. That's how she comes. She's so emotive and all these gesticulations with her hands, and she looks like a damn retarded person. Yes, I said the word retarded. I am not politically correct. You can take this book tour all the way to Timbuktu and it will not make a difference. And it certainly will not change the fact that you will never be president of the United States.
Yeah. Nicole, do you think she's going to sell books?
No, nobody. Listen, we lived through them days with her. We don't need to read about it, especially that book is word salad covered up in ranch with some croutons sprinkled on top of it. She's insufferable. It's hard enough to watch the clip that we showed. I, like a weirdo, watched the whole interview. I don't know what was on my mind. I must have hit my head last night when I was asleep, but I watched the whole thing and my IQ has dropped at least 10 points trying to figure out what the hell she was trying to say. So she was in the Oval Office. Well, okay, so was I. I've been there, right? And she welcomed guests. Okay, you're the vice president. You're the vice president. Of course, you made no important decisions. You didn't do anything other than what most people do in the Oval Office is you stand there and wait for the president to address you. So you don't know what a president does because you've never been president. And God willing, you never will be. You never will be. I don't mean to poo-poo her dreams of political dominance. Maybe governor of California is in her future. That sounds like a much better idea than her continuing to peddle this drool. Again, it's not far enough out from that election for anyone to have forgotten what a complete and total mess it was on both sides of the aisle. Both sides of the aisle agreed that it was probably the worst campaign that we have ever seen for any amount of time. There are kids who are running for SGA president that run better than she did. And they don't have Twerk and Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B without a teleprompter. I guess her and Donald Trump have the same issues now, no teleprompter, right? This thing is ridiculous. I know she needs to make the money because Tito's ain't cheap. But honey, there's got to be a better way. This book sucks.
Yeah, Nicole, after after I eat a bowl of bananas, potatoes, and bread, my bowels run better than she did. Okay. This woman is awful. She's awful. Every time she speaks, it's the same recycled cliches and circular nonsense. She continues to bring up, and string together buzzwords like equity and community and shared values without even saying anything real. Take a look at this next clip, folks. This is her recycling the same talking points as she does this book tour.
A president of the United States running for re-election. Current sitting president is running for re-election. 3.5 months from the election, decides not to run. 3.5 months from the election, he decides not to run. 3.5 months before the election, decides not to run. With 107 days to go. With 107 days. Yeah. With 107 days to go. And it ended up being the closest presidential election in the 21st century.
That's the only thing we're missing. That is the only. I mean, wow. This is why people rejected her. At least we can say for President Trump, teleprompter be damned. He still can string together thoughts. He's always talking from the heart. I mean, it's not recycled. It's not, something that we can clearly see his handlers are giving and feeding him to say. Here she is on Rachel Maddow saying she couldn't run with Pete Buttigieg because he's gay.
I guess I'd ask you to just elaborate on that a little bit. It's hard to hear. Yeah. With you running as, you're the first woman elected vice president. You're a Black woman and a South Asian woman elected to that high office, very nearly elected president. To say that he couldn't be on the ticket effectively because he was gay is hard to hear.
No. That's not what I said. That he couldn't be on the ticket because he is gay. My point, as I write in the book, is that I was clear that in 107 days, in one of the most hotly contested elections for president of the United States, against someone like Donald Trump who knows no floor, to be a Black woman running for president of the United States and as a vice presidential running mate, a gay man, with the stakes being so high, it made me very sad, but I also realized it would be a real risk. No matter how, I've been an advocate and an ally of the LGBT community my entire life. So it wasn't about any prejudice on my part, but we had such a short period of time.
Yeah, you didn't want him running with you because he was gay.
Say it.
Even Rachel didn't even buy that. Rachel didn't even buy that. She, and the sad part about it is, it's not so much that she was lying. She actually believes what she said. Mm-hmm. She actually thinks it makes sense. So it's not even that she's lying. She can't even come. All she knows is 107 days. That's etched in her mind. Like she really thought she did something. What you did, bitch, was fuck up a whole lot of billions of dollars, and you still didn't get elected.
Well, it's that. And her talking about Donald Trump has no floor. I don't think she's ever heard of Rick Grinnell. Right? Mm-hmm. Rick Grinnell's an incredibly powerful Republican, and he's very openly gay. We have the log cabin Republicans. There are lots of chapters all over the country. Maryland has a fantastic chapter of log cabin Republicans. And let me just say this. If you have an opportunity to go to one of their membership meetings, go. They have meetings, let me tell you, whitewater rafting, top golfing. I mean, their meetings are everything.
Maybe you should invite Don Lemon.
No. He would not last. At an LCR meeting. He would not make it. But, saying that Trump has an issue with gay people or insinuating that is absolutely repugnant. Absolutely repugnant. But it shows you where her heart is. The follow-up question, if Rachel Maddow had been an actual journalist, she should have asked her, said, then why not Shapiro? So let's call her out on her anti-Semitism, and so she can talk about the Democrat Party's Dearborn problem. Let's talk about Islam. Let's talk about it. How you needed to win that state, so you chose not to pick the ridiculously popular Jewish man from the swing state of Pennsylvania that you also needed to win. Tell me about 107 Days of Jackassery, because that's what that book should have been named. She made every cardinal mistake you can make in politics and thought her supposed color was going to carry the day. It did not.
But the issue here is, and what's happened is what their identity politics have turned around and slapped them in the face. Mm-hmm. So they lead with everything. I'm gay, I'm black, I'm this, I'm that. And so when it came time to picking a running mate, and she thought about Pete Buttigieg, all you think about is a gaping hole. When you think about booty juice, you think about a gaping hole, because all they do is talk about I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay. When we shouldn't think about that. We should be thinking about the policies and, how are you as mayor of what is it, North Bend or whatever. But no, every time I think of you, I think about you, a gaping hole, a puckering hole. And so and this is the problem. This is the problem. But here we have in this next clip, Scott Bassett, who is in the White House administration. I didn't even know he was gay until today.
Oh, yeah, he's gay.
Mm-hmm. This is what I'm talking about. Nobody cares. I don't want to think about your sexual preference when I think about you. I want to think about, if you're my friend, then I want to think about you as my friend. If you are a president, if you're in an administration, I just want to think about you doing your job. I don't care if you're gay. But she leads with that, and now everybody thinks about that.
She wouldn't take on Pete Buttigieg because he was gay, because she said it was a risk to have a running mate who was a gay man. Your reaction?
Three things, Maria. First, it shows her emphasis on identity politics, and the American people have moved on. Two, it shows how low regard she holds the American people, that she was just a terrible candidate. And three, you wouldn't pick Pete Buttigieg because he might have been the worst transportation secretary in history. Like, if I thought I was left a mess at Treasury, I can tell you, my friend Sean Duffy, our great transportation secretary, Pete Buttigieg left him a mess. The FAA is a disaster. The Amtrak, anything to do with transportation was woefully neglected over the past 4 years. So, she judges him on his identity, his sexuality. Let's look and see whether he did a good job. Let's look on merit, and I can tell you, on merit he's a failure, and on merit she's a failure.
I love him. Mm-hmm. I love him. Shelley, what are your thoughts there?
Yeah, Scott Bassett was right. The thing is that she certainly does not even consider his merits or his credentials or his capabilities, how transportation panned out. That's not even an issue to them, what they actually did, the policies. They're only concerned about their identity. And the thing is that she probably wouldn't even know what to rate him on. And they think that the American people, by and large, okay, let's say half, they think the other half of us actually care about that, such that they only focus on identity. And that is really saying, F you Americans, you're not smart enough, you're not capable enough to look at policies and outcomes and weigh the cost and the risk. You're not capable of doing that. But we can feed you this pablum that you actually care about people's skin color and what goes into what hole when, and it may be like Don Lemon if it's sour or not. This is what they want us to care about. And it doesn't work. It's not working, or at least it's not working anymore.
That's the way they run their campaigns, though. Democrats love putting Americans into these silos. So you have to fit somewhere. And it's really good if you fit in a couple holes, not booty juice holes, but just regular holes. Right? It's really good if you check a few boxes with them, but you have to fit somewhere. You just can't be a good American. You have to be a Black woman. You have to be Black or a woman, or you could pretend to be Black, a la Kamala, and a Black woman, or you can be gay. Now, gay gets you bonus points because that makes you a part of the alphabet mafia. Being a part of the alphabet mafia means that you bring so many more votes to the table, allegedly. So she's right. She has spent her whole career bending over backwards to help the alphabet mafia people, to get them out of jail, to do whatever it is she needed to do to win that segment of votes. That works really good in blue states, but it does not work well at a national stage because most gay people don't go around saying, I'm special because I'm gay. They just live their regular lives. Who they sleep with is none of your business. Absolutely none of your business, right?
Absolutely.
In the certain circles, though, when you're counting votes, you say, well, I got a gay guy, so I should get the gay vote. That's not how that works anymore. That is not how that works anymore.